Hello, Taurus. This is Yo Spiritual Bestie, Ciara. This reading is going to be for the month of July. That's right. Summer's kicking in, baby. And I feel like the year is just passing so quick, okay? Anyway, Taurus, just want to start by saying this is a general reading. So take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it doesn't resonate, try your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. But this is specifically for Taurus, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. I also want to say, if you're new, welcome, my loves. Welcome. I'm serenading you. If you're not, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm serenading you too, baby. Equality. That's all about spiritual bestie community, ain't that right? Anyway, I'm done being silly, I guess. All right, let's get right into your reading for July. But I wanted to talk to you about an ongoing theme I'm seeing in all of the earth signs. It feels like July, you're starting to get a reprieve. I know. It feels like the ending of a tough cycle is actually happening right spanking now. You know what I mean? Like, it feels very much like earth signs are going to finally, you know what I'm getting? It feels like earth signs has been in the winter for a very long time. And now we're actually starting to experience some sun, some warmth, the rainbow after the rain and the terror of the storm, right? It feels very much like, finally, I can breathe again. I'm not stressed. I don't have things I have to figure out. I'm okay. And even if you have to figure something out, it almost feels like maybe you've acclimated to it where you're like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'll get that done. Now I just got to work on this. And it feels very much like, I don't know if it's just the earth signs or everyone is feeling it, but it does feel like there is a little bit of a reprieve. Things are starting to feel less heavy. All right. Anyway, I've talked plenty. Let's get into it. This is going to be for the sign of Taurus for the month of July. Let's get right into it. For Taurus, month of July spirit. What is Taurus? I am not taking all of that. That's like 6 cards. For Taurus spirit, 1 card, please. Okay. Crow. And it's funny because when I was shuffling, this showed itself to me twice at the bottom. So it's Crow spirit, co-create with spirit number 17. So you could be seeing 777, 1111, 111, 1717, any variation of that number. Bottom of the deck, you got Bobcat Life. It's a mystery. You know what's so funny? I'm getting a little bit of, especially because it says co-create with spirit. I feel like you're co-creating with spirit and spirit's like, okay. And you're like, okay, well, how is this going to happen? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, what do you mean you don't know? Yeah, you're a spirit. Like, that's what I'm getting, Taurus. It's like, you're like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. You're like, I want a house by the end of this year. And Spirit's like, okay. And you're like, okay, what do I do? Like, how do I get there? I don't really know how this is gonna work. And Spirit's like, I don't know. And you're just like, wait, okay, well, should I just start planning? He's like, yeah, just plan. Like, super casual. Taurus, that's what I'm getting. And you're just like, what? Can you give me more specifics? Like, and I feel like it's driving you a little crazy, but that's okay. It feels very much like, even though spirit may not show you their plan, it feels very much like as long as you're continuing to speak, talk with spirit, and co-create, you're on the right track. And they're going to make sure you stay on the right track. All right, for Taurus, for the month of July, for Taurus. Yes, energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. I really like that. Bottom of the deck. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yes, yes, yes. If you have fears, Taurus, and you're having a hard time with something, there's a need for you to kind of work, not kind of, it's a need for you to work through them. Know that you can make it through them. Know that this is only just temporary. But the thing is, we do got the energies gaining momentum. I feel like that for all the earth signs, that they're getting past that dead, weighted winter, like nothing's blooming, everything's a hard energy. And they're getting into, oh my God, it's picking up space. It's picking up pace. Oh my God. Oh, the sun is out. Oh, all these flowers, the birds are chirping. Like that's what it feels like. But it's not like a transitional period. It feels like May was was the shifting and the changing and the chaos like that. But then June feels like it's that in-between transitional period where it's like, it's still tough, but I'm gonna make it. I'm trying to make it. And then July's gonna be like, I've made it. I'm tired. Like I can actually take a nap. I can breathe. I'm good. Like July just feels very much like you're going to actually be like, okay, I'm good now. You know what I mean? I'm okay. Anyway, let's pull some tea leaf cards for you, Taurus, just to get some extra messages, and also maybe some predictions even. We never know. I was going to say, last time I did your reading, it looked very good for you monetary-wise, but let's get some more info. All right, for Taurus, for the month of July, Spirit, for Taurus. Taurus, month of July, okay. Some flu, okay. Month of July for Taurus, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this March and April card both came out. I don't know if I should take those. You know, I won't take those because, well, maybe I should. I won't take those. We're just going to pull a couple more for you. Sorry. All right. We got 4 out. I'll just take like one more for Taurus. Please, Spirit. I'm not taking all those. Okay, I'll take that one since it wanted to fight me. Anything that fights me is like Spirit saying, I said what I said. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Spirit is sorry. Okay, anyway. I got Tulip. Great passion. I really like that. Great passion. Bird perched. Waiting for news, packages, or letter. Okay. Could be waiting for some messages. You know what I'm getting? For some of you, you could be in a long distance relationship or interested in someone. And you could be waiting for a text message, waiting for a call, waiting for a letter, waiting for some information. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Almost like a little bit of a giddy energy. Like, I don't know. I'm just getting like, you're kind of waiting for your love letter. Like maybe they send you a letter once a month and you're like, okay, I'm waiting for it. Or I don't know. There's this energy of waiting, right? But something good is coming from it. I don't know, just something I thought about. Okay, we got Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Oh, I don't think I've ever pulled this one before. I like that for you, Taurus. There's also a need to, I'm here, let your freak flag fly. Not literally freak like that, but like let yourself be authentic, right? And also use your intuition to make those changes and let yourself be free to make those changes. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect in your life. You know what else I heard? I also heard news is coming in. News is coming in. With this arrow card, I'm getting like very much the energy of the 8 of Wands, which is a card of new news coming in, information coming in. So it feels very much like you're being divinely guided at this time. You're on the right track. There might just be a need for you to just keep going, but there's information coming in. You got lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Taurus, you better not be out there yelling at people, girl or guy, whoever's bestie. Be careful with your anger is what I'm trying to say, Taurus. There might be a need for you to be careful. I'm hearing don't burn those bridges. Don't burn every bridge. Like there might be a need for you to kind of be careful in the sense of there might be something where you're like, you might feel like burning a bridge because of how you feel or because of how they spoke to you. But it feels like you don't have all the facts. I feel like this person might be influential or they might not have meant you harm or they might not have meant you, you know, they didn't think you would take it that way. They didn't mean it that way. I don't know, Taurus. I'm just getting a little bit of, there's a need for you to hold back on that anger that you want to release on people. Because it feels like, and this could even be for some of you, this could be something that you've just been like, oh my God, this is just so unfair. People are unfair. Everything is unfair. And you might have even been one of those people where people like left you to do things like release their burdens on you and say, hey, handle this, take care of this. Like, I don't want to deal with this. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to snap. But Spirit is saying, hold your horses on that snapping. There's a reason for you to hold your anger in. I will say this, you can stand up for yourself, but don't let your anger be prominent. You get what I'm trying to say? If you need to stand up for yourself, stand up for yourself. I'm always a fan of that. But Spirit is saying there's a need for you to watch how you say things, your words specifically, or how you're releasing your anger. You might, like I said, if you get angry to a point of being like very angry, then you might need to step aside and be like, okay, I need to take a moment, and then come back and be like, you know what, that actually was not, I didn't like it, hurt my feelings. From here on out, I would like to put up a boundary regarding this situation because of how I feel. Please, take this into consideration. Have an energy of, even though you piss me off and I want to punch you in the face, let me go sit in the corner, scream a little bit, breathe, and then come back with this grounded energy, because there might be a need for you to have a grounded energy about something that might be testing you. Someone also could be testing you, by the way. Anyway, let's get right into your tarot. I know I've talked plenty, baby. Let's get right into it. I've been enjoying these readings for July. They've been honestly beautiful readings. I was kind of nervous because the mid-year readings have been they were a little scary, but I think it's only because the mid-year readings was taking the previous, the current energy and then moving it up towards the, what's coming in energy. And I feel like because of that, it was still going to show some of that energy because it was transitioning. Do you get what I mean? Anyway. All right. For Taurus, overall energy for July. Oh, what's this? 8 of Wands. Oh my God. Didn't I just say 8 of Wands? Didn't I just say... Yo. Didn't I just say 8 of Wands? I did. I said the arrow card was reminding me of the 8 of Wands. I said news is coming in, by the way. Overall energy, forward momentum, right? 8 of Wands is forward momentum, gaining momentum. The energy is gaining. You're in alignment, babes, and you're moving forward. You're literally one of those arrows on the right track, on the right direction, moving forward, and you're not slowing down. And Spirit is actually helping you go faster. Let's keep talking. I want to get everything out. Okay. All right. What's coming in for Taurus for the month of July, Spirit? What's coming in? Okay. I wonder how I'm going to do this. Okay, so you have the 7 of Swords, the Emperor. Oh, that's an interesting combo. All right, what's the conflict for Taurus for the month of July? 4 of Pentacles. Okay. And then what's the resolution for the month of July for Taurus? Oh, no, not one of those. One card, please, Spirit, for resolutions for Taurus. Okay. Judgment. I actually really like that. Oh, bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. That is working diligence. I heard can't stop, won't stop. That's what I heard. Okay. All right, let's talk about your overall energy. 8 of Wands. We did talk about that, like forward movement, forward momentum, not slowing down. Things are moving forward. And I really, really like that for you. So let's just go into what is coming in for you at this time. So for what's coming in, we got the Emperor and we got the 7 of Swords, which is honestly a very interesting combination. I'm definitely going to have to clarify it. So I'll talk about each one separately and then we'll kind of figure it out together. The Emperor is that card of... Oh, let me push them down some so you can see, because since I had to double them up, they might be a little hard to see. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. All right, so anyway, Taurus, the Emperor is literally a boss, right? He is the bossed up energy. He is conquering, I was going to say destroying, but he is a card of the most, like, the divine masculine of the tarot in a sense. He is, I was going to say aggressive. He's in control. He's dominant. He's determination. He's not going to stop. He's very much the ultimate leader, ultimate success. With the 7 of Swords, that can be lying, cheating, stealing, sure, but it also can be a card of tactics, right? Being careful, paying attention. And technically, the Emperor does use tactics in all of his situations because he has learned so much through his life. He's an Emperor for a reason. You get what I'm trying to say? So it feels like what's coming in for you could be this Emperor status, and you might be keeping it close to your chest, or you might be being very strategic about how you gain your Emperor status, Taurus. Let's clarify it because I'm really curious on what this is. All right, why the Emperor and the Seven of Swords? Please, clarity. Thank you, Spirit. This is such an interesting combo. What is this? Queen of Wands. Okay. Queen of Wands is the clarity card. I didn't see that coming either. Okay, Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. I like that. That's moving forward. But you know what I heard? I heard moving forward in silence. You could be keeping things to yourself, honestly, Taurus. And I'm not, you know, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. There might be some people around you in your circle, even in your family, that Spirit is saying there might be a need for you to keep things close to your chest and not overshare, right? And make some plans, some moves based off of what you think is best, how you see fit. With that Queen of Wands here, though, it does feel like this is a card of courage, right? Determination. It is a card of confidence, a zest for life. It's literally that energy of flirting with life, enjoying life, following your passions and your heart and the sun and happiness, and doing what you want to do. And it feels very much like with the Emperor and the Seven of Swords, it feels like you're getting to do the things you want to do that make you happy. You're leveling up your life. You're leveling up everywhere in your life, but you're keeping it close to your chest because you don't think people need to know. And I don't hate that. I actually think that's pretty fair. But it feels like you're keeping things close to your chest because you're like, I don't need them to know I got money. That's honestly what I'm hearing. I don't need them to know I got money. I don't need them to know that I'm doing good. I don't need them to know. Because then as soon as I tell them I'm doing good, as soon as I tell them where I'm doing, as soon as I be honest, they go on a cut of it. And I'm not giving anything. I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm planning, I'm investing, I'm moving forward towards something new, an opportunity, even Ace of Swords underneath the bottom of the Two of Wands. I'm moving towards my truth, my destiny, my purpose, and I don't have time to babysit the people that don't know how to get in alignment or don't want to get in alignment. That's what I'm getting. I'm hearing I'm not interested in babysitting no more. I feel like you're, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but Taurus, I was going to say, I feel like you're purposely, okay, let me just say it. I feel like you're purposely playing the victim or saying, oh, woe is me, things are hard. But like, as soon as you leave, you be like, oh, thank God, they bought it. Like, you're just like, okay, great. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go do the things I need to do. Like, I'm doing really great. I actually about to take a trip. Like, but people, when they see you, they be like, oh yeah, just something else happened again. I'm just making it. I don't know. I don't make a lot. I just make about this much. Oh, wow. You're not making a lot. Yeah, sure not. And then when you leave, you be like, huh, millions of dollars in my account. I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds bad. I'm not saying you're stingy, Taurus. That is not the goal here. It just feels like the people that should know and you want to share with you are, but it feels like the majority, you're keeping them close to your chest. Because I feel like people show you the real them when you're not doing that great. Does that make sense, Taurus? It feels like when you're not doing great financially, when you're having a hard time, that's when you figure out who really is for you and who's not. Hello? I'm speaking, I'm preaching here. And like, that's what it feels like. And it feels like because you already know who's for you and who's not, you have been intuitively guided. You know who's part of your crew and who's not. And it's funny, I actually have a previous video that says Taurus, you need to reevaluate your crew. Like, not everybody can come with you. And it feels like you, at this point in July, you already know. And instead of worrying about it, you're just like, yep, when they ask me, I'm going to say I ain't got nothing. Oh, I don't know anything. And it's not to be vindictive, Taurus, because that's not your spirit at all. It feels like, if anything, you're really protecting your money, your purpose, your drive. You're protecting what you and spirit are creating, because you don't need any old riffraff inside of that energy with you and spirit. It's just you and spirit. That's all you need. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, conflict, the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can be like scarcity mindset, or holding on tightly to your money, being worried about your money, being frugal, budgeting. it is a card of being kind of like being literally worried about your finances, but it is a card of stability, right? Because in the original tarot, he has like the 2 pentacles on his feet, and then he's holding one and one's on his head. So it's like all stable and aligned on him. But it is a card of you. Sometimes you hold too tightly to your pentacle where you're not really allowing spirit to work within you or work through you, or even get a taste of like helping you get a taste of more, because you're holding on so tightly that you're afraid to let go of anything or do anything. And it's like, I'm getting a little bit of that energy as your conflict. You could be worried about your money or your finances, or you know what I'm getting? You could be getting money, but then like you're holding on so tightly to it, you're afraid to even spend it. I'm getting someone who's like getting a nice amount of money, but they're afraid to like pay off their car. Even though they have the money in their account, they can pay off their debt easily. They're just like, I can't. What if I spend it all and then I don't have any more? And then what do I do? Like, it's almost that little bit of a paranoia energy. But let's see. Why the 4 of Pentacles for Taurus? For conflict? Yeah, decisions. 2 of Swords is a decision needing to be made, and also could be having tough decisions be made, not knowing what to do, not getting all the facts. Look at that, 7 of Swords back on the bottom of the deck. You could be stuck between a decision, but the thing is, what I'm hearing is 7 of Swords is appearing again. I do think you're being very strategic and you're keeping your mouth closed and you're keeping things close to your chest, Taurus. But I also feel like there might be some deception, which we did kind of talk about other people who aren't for you and who's for you. And I feel like that 4 of Pentacles, you're starting to realize that you want to keep your money stable. You want to keep yourself stable. You can't babysit or take care of everyone. You have to let some people go. And I feel like with this 2 of Swords, you're starting to realize like, I have to make a decision on what's best for me at this time. Maybe even cut some ties to people that aren't for you, because now it's at the point where you don't want to keep having to go show up to them and make up excuses or lies because you don't trust them. But it's like, at this point, if you don't trust them and you can't share your information or your news, and you can't, like, you're afraid to celebrate with them because they're going to turn into something else, then you let them go. That's all. That's easier said than done, right? But you do. You let them go and you move on. And you allow yourself that energy of it's okay. I did what was best for me. This is the best I can do. This is me doing the best I can. And there might be a need for you to kind of have that hard conversation with yourself on who in your crew stays and who goes, right? Who is for you and who's not for you. But there might, and you might be, 4 Pentacles, you might be holding on so tightly to them in this sense of loyalty that it's like you're avoiding what you know needs to be done, which is cutting a tie. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right. All right, for your resolution, you got Judgment. I really like the Judgment card, which is number 20. I love that it's the Black Panther too, which is so cool. Anyway. With the Judgment card here, that is literally like, I was going to say out deal in with the new, but that's Ace of Wands. Judgment card is technically that. In the original tarot, they're all dead in their coffins and they're being rose from their coffins to enter a new stage in life, a new life, to be able to enter a new era even. And it feels like your resolution is to allow yourself surrender towards that new purpose, that new life. Not everyone can come with you. And maybe that's the conflict of having to let people go so you can have this new life, this new experience, but you're like afraid to let go and experience this judgment, experience this new era where you have to let people go and actually start finding people who are like-minded like you. And maybe that scares you, but the resolution is to surrender and let go. To not hold on too tightly with that 4 of Pentacles, and to let go and surrender to a new beginning. Why the Judgment for Taurus? Okay. Ooh, I like this though. 10 of Wands. Okay, another 10. So you're definitely entering a completion. Look at that, 4 of Cups. You know what I heard? I heard I have to end this, but I'm scared. I don't want to. Okay. Yeah. I feel like there is literally an ending and a new beginning. The 10s and the tarots, an ending. The fact that in the Judgment they're in coffins, ended life and they're doing something new. They're entering a new era. The angel is calling them up towards something new. And with the 10 of Wands, I feel like they're saying you're going to be putting aside extra responsibilities and burdens. And maybe before, ooh, oh my God, sorry. The 4 of Cups and then the Lovers showed itself. So, and then we got the 4 of Pentacles right under that, which is also a repeating card. Anyway, what I was going to say, you could be seeing also 444. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. Or 1010. Or 222. Anyway, but what I'm getting is there is this energy of judgment, a new life, a new opportunity coming in. But you're kind of nervous about it. You're like, I don't know. I've been hurt before. I don't know if I'm ready for this new life. And maybe it's because you've gotten an inkling. You know what I'm getting? You might have gotten an inkling before about a new life, or a new opportunity, a new something, right? Things starting to elevate for you, Taurus. But it feels like you might have had people in your life that you needed to let go of, and you didn't get to experience it properly. That's what I'm getting. Spirit is saying that you need to realize that holding on to these ties is overworked and overburdened in energy. Release all those ones, drop them, let go, and embrace the new. Embrace that this is new, that this is exciting, that you can have it if you want it, because it's yours if you want it, Taurus. It's yours if you want it. All right, that is pretty much all of my reading for you, Taurus. I feel like I've said everything twice, the same thing over and over again. But Spirit is just saying, continue to co-create with me, continue to work with me. I'll continue to work with you, but don't let people, the past, hold you back from that new era, because it's yours. This is something you've been praying for, Taurus, and you put it off long enough, and maybe you didn't realize you've been putting it off, but Spirit is saying you have to let them go. Cut the ties. like Spirit is saying, I've been waiting for a really long time. We've been working on this for a long time. Thing is, I know you're going to move forward because the energy is gaining momentum. 8 of Wands here. These are all 4-based energies. So I don't think you're going to stay down or stay stuck. But I just want to say, Taurus, whatever you're trying to do in life, don't let anything, anyone, or even your own fears and anxieties hold you back, babes. You are a beacon of light, and you can do anything you want to do. I promise you. So there's a need for you to kind of tap into this energy of, okay, if it's mine, if I want it, I can do it if I want it. And you can, okay? Anyway, now I'm just going to pull an affirmation from my list and be dead. So let's get into it. And that's it. That's the last of it. Taurus, for the month of July, what affirmation should they be speaking? Spirit. Okay. This is perfect, actually. The things you say to yourself matter. Be kind. Everything you need to get done is already inside of you. I really like that. All right, Taurus, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you're being kind to yourself. I hope you're letting others be kind to you if they are. If they're not, cut the ties, babes. But some of this, I was going to say, now that I'm thinking about it with that, be kind to yourself, you might need to be cutting a tie towards an old belief system, an ego, even like an ego death. So you're going through a hell of a transformation, but I do believe in you. And I do know that Spirit got your back and is seeing you through this time. So Taurus, I hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, baby. Join the channel, join the bestie community. Let's get connected, because I would love to talk with you and connect with you in any way I can. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next reading, and have a great rest of your July. Bye, my loves.